Hi guys, thanks for joining me. This week we'll be making a reversible plant bag. So for this week's make, you'll need two types of material. I have one polycotton botanical print and the other is a cutting from a shower curtain. I know, weird, but it's waterproof, so very useful. You'll need a measuring tape, a sharp pair of scissors, and something with a straight edge. So, to start with, I'm going to draw out the circular base of my plant bag. My confusion is because I forgot a pencil. There we go. Mark a cross, which will be the centre of your circle. I've measured the top of my pot and it's about a 20 centimetre diameter, so I'm simply measuring 10 centimetres either side of my centre cross. Then the same top and bottom, and then at intervals in between until I start to see a circle form. Now join your marks together and you should have a rough circle. Cut it out. Let's speed this up. Now we need the same on the other material. You could remeasure, but I'm lazy, so I'm just tracing the outline. Cut this one out too. And you should have two circles the same size. Now, this is where I go wrong. For some reason, I decided to measure the circumference of the pot, which comes back to haunt me later, as I measure incorrectly. So, lesson learned kids, maths pays. Calculate using this formula. Don't worry about using pi times 3 to still give you enough seam allowance. So, grab your material. The circumference you just measured is the length of the next piece. The width comes from the height of your pot plus a third. Here I measured 15 centimetres, so adding a third gives me 20 centimetres as my width. Bless you. So measure and cut. And you know what they say, measure twice, cut once. Cheesy, sorry. So here I'm cutting the trim. Since I'm using a shower curtain, it has some seams and trim I don't want, so I'm just getting rid of that. Demonstration Sabrina doesn't know I've already told you that. Give her a break, it's her first time. What I'm noticing here is that my material corners are not at right angles, so I'm using my pattern master to make sure they are. You can just use a piece of card to square them off if this happens to you. Then measure and cut. So now you should have 2 rectangles and 2 circles, one in each material. Yes, Sabrina, they heard. Next, take 1 set of shapes. Can you tell I've forgotten what to do next? Yes. I don't own an iron, don't at me, so I use my steamer to press. My material has some creases, and you'll want to get rid of those before you start sewing. It will be difficult to leave it until the end. I'm not talking to myself here, by the way. Ben has just bought some goodies from the shop. Look how happy I am. How to keep your partner happy 101. Bring them planting. Anyway, enough distraction. We are ready to sew. Lay your pieces right sides together. For me, this is the printed side. I'm going wrong again here. Demo Sabrina is not yet a professional. Note, the circle should be at the other end of the rectangle. That's better. You can't really pin this. It's better just to go slow and steady. Line up the edges and leave a small gap at the end. Yes, more amateur moves. Forgot to press record, but luckily we're in the same place with the second fabric ready to sew the side seam. If you have excess material, snip that off so there's less bulk. I'm fiddling a bit here, but remember we left a small gap. That made the side seam easy to do, but now we need to close it up. There we go. One should fit comfortably inside the other. Now, we want to sew the top seams, but for this you'll need to turn them both inside out. And we'll sew right sides together again. This is important. It's what makes the bag reversible. You can fit one bag inside the other to make it easier while you're sewing. You'll need to remove the front section of your sewing machine so you can easily sew the opening. Line the 2 side seams up and off we go. Leave a gap big enough to turn everything round to the right side. You should see the right side of both materials. Pop one inside the other and we're ready for our final stitch. This will be our only visible stitch, so take your time. Be as neat as you can. You'll want to stay as close to the top edge as possible. You'll see I adjust the material a lot. As I said, take your time. And there we have it. Just turn over the top edge and pop your plant in. A little adjusting. And last step, most important, look super happy with your creation. Thanks for watching, and as usual, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Also follow if you're watching on IGTV. And I'll see you next time on Make It Yours with House of Devises.